So quick snapshot of what's going on in the market right now. This is one of the strangest springs I can ever remember, aside from maybe the COVID year where everything shut down in March and didn't pick up until May or June. But one thing that's really standing out right now is every single neighborhood, regardless of every neighborhood obviously has different price ranges and price points and stuff, but every single neighborhood right now has a threshold where pretty much everything listed over that is moving very, very slowly, if at all. And things below it are moving actually quite well. So every area, different levels, the further east you go, the prices drop, but every area right now has a threshold where it's very clear that the market is doing different things above and below it. That's one thing. The other thing is this is the time of year, spring, where we have a lot of conversations, a lot of sellers looking to put their places on the market or having the conversations that eventually lead to that a month or two later. Similar conversations for buyers doing the same. And this year we're having a lot of conversations with sellers, and I'm not having a lot of conversations with people looking to buy. So that's an indicator to me that the spring market, as we typically traditionally know it, I think is going to look very different. I think we're going to see in most areas a lot more inventory in relation to the number of buyers than we're used to. I think overall it's still a pretty low inventory, but it doesn't take much of an increase in inventory when there aren't that many buyers to really shift things. So I'm seeing some signs that maybe indicate some downward pressure in a lot of neighborhoods.
Yeah, the stats analyst said that right now it's kind of a seller's market, but we're in a transition because more and more are starting to come on the market.
Yeah, and that changes very quickly, because if you only have 10 listings in an area and 3 or 4 of them are selling last month, that means 30 or 40% of them are selling. But then 10 listings isn't that many, and if you go from 10 to 20, which can very easily happen in the spring, May is typically when inventory reaches its peak. You can spread those buyers out pretty quick, and you can shift from a buyer's market to a seller's market or vice versa fairly quickly based on that stuff.
Yeah. So, Braden, let's just ask you a question. So, a buyer says to you, should I sell or should I hang on for a bit?
Depends on price point. So we've got we've got some people where if it's a family looking to upsize, I think the timing is starting to look really good, because the higher the price point, the more things generally come down a little bit. We're seeing that that's probably going to happen a lot of this year without some surprise policy changes or surprise decreases to interest rates. But even then, I don't think that's going to be enough to maybe reverse what we're seeing. But if you're looking to downsize, it's probably something you want to do sooner than later. If you're considering a move out of province or something like that, for example, it might be a good time to think about it now, because I don't think your margin or that delta, that price difference, gets better later on.
So that's interesting. It's like you say, it's your price point, but that can depend from area to area too. It's got a very exclusive neighborhood type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and this is also one of the first times I can ever remember in a while where some areas might even look like they're going up a little bit in price and others are going down. So that's also an interesting sort of trend. Things are becoming very localized and very, very specific based on individual markets that might be 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah, if you have any questions, give Braden or I a call, and you'll be more specific with your price or what you're looking at or what plans you might have. So,
thanks, guys.